I mean, they always have, a couple of really good like top end pitchers. They have some guys who can swing it as well, and they have some guys that are just some really good role players. A lot of guys that might get overlooked, but do all the small things right, which helps win games. So I do think that's kind of why they're tough, is because they are one of the more complete teams in the league all around. I mean, I know we had a couple of key guys out, so there were some guys that are usually in the bench role, got an opportunity to step up, and they played really well. So it just shows you that we keep adding to our depth that we already have. So it's good, opening day, those guys getting out there and facing a team like the Havoc, and showing that that they can play with them as well. I think that just helps us strengthen what we already have lineup wise. Anytime the MVP is up there, you're going to see Tommy Linane's up there. He's just one of those guys. He's been doing it for a while, and he's been really good at it. So I expect his name to be up there. Um, I expect a lot of things out of like a Pat Yee type of guy, where um, sometimes there's not really one position he's going to show up and he knows he's going to play. Might be center field, might be right field, he might be catching, could even be pitching. So I think he usually is a very silent killer. Nobody really looks at him. He bats in a 9-10 hole, and then next thing you look at, he's batting 325, and he's keeping us rolling. So from what I saw and what I heard on Sunday, we left a lot of guys in scoring position. Even in the extra innings where we could have won the game on a walk-off hit or something, we just weren't able to get those runners in. I think just cashing in on those opportunities and making the most of them, which will come in time. This was the first time the guys were on the field. We don't practice in the off season. We don't do any of that stuff. So it's the first time they're seeing live pitching. So I think that will pick up as we get to the middle of the season. I mean, it is tough, with the rain. Like I said, we don't practice, so we're not really, nobody's throwing, nobody's really hitting. We haven't seen ground balls or anything. So, when you're eager to get back out there, it's, kind of sucks when it rains and you got 3, 4 of your first games rained out, and you just got to keep waiting, keep waiting. But yeah, it showed the guys were anxious being out there, ready to be out there. So I'm hoping, as the games start flowing in more and we get less rain, that we'll be ready to go. So our end goal is to obviously win a championship. I think we've added to what we already currently have. We got some guys who couldn't play last year who came back as well. So those are big pieces. So we all do want to come together for this one run and make sure everybody gets their championship. So that's our end goal.